welcome to the Million Vegan Grandmothers podcast. And today I have Dolly Vyas-Ahuja, the filmmaker of The Land of Ahimsa, with me. And she will also be a presenter at the Climate Healer Convergence in the end of April, the 25th and 26th of April. And at that convergence, the first International Calf and Cow's Mother's Day will be highlighted and take place 2 weeks later. So thank you, Dolly, for being here today.
Thank you so much, Annie, for having me.
Thank you. You know, when we talk about the human bond between mother and child, it's very sacred and protected in all cultures. But when it comes to animals, like we both know, it's a totally different story. Actually, the whole animal agriculture is depending on that separation between mother and child from birth. And I would just love you to start to tell me about your amazing documentary, The Land of Ahimsa, and a little bit about the background and what impact it has had so far and so on, please.
Sure. So, well, first, for your viewers that don't know what ahimsa means, the word ahimsa is the most beautiful word ever written 5,000 years ago by the Upanishads in India. And it means nonviolence in everything we think and we say and we do, and not just to human beings, but all beings. And so the Land of Ahimsa talks about my overnight transformation to veganism and my passion to be the voice for the voiceless. I'm also a granddaughter of a freedom fighter, and his name was Chhaganlal Joshi. And he fought with Mahatma Gandhi his whole life. He's organized the Salt March. He's been to jail with him. And so today I follow in my grandfather's footsteps. I'm also a freedom fighter, but an animal freedom fighter. And also the Land of Ahimsa covers how animal agriculture is affecting the animals, our treatment to animals, our health, and the environment. And the impacts it's had on India is that it has influenced spiritual leaders and activists to advocate for veganism. You can see this in our film with religious leaders and Jain temples. For instance, in the temples, we use a lot of coconut milk. We use a lot of dairy milk over our gods as a symbol of respect. But a lot of them know that this is not pure ahimsa. To be a pure ahimsa temple, you've got to get rid of the dairy products. So we show this in our film. Many Jain temples are using maybe coconut milk and just simply water, which is great. The other impacts it's had is it's create a big health awareness in India, because India is known as the diabetes capital of the world. And even with vegetarians, so you'll see Dr. Neil Bernard from PCRM is in our film explaining why are vegetarians getting so much diabetes? It's from this animal fat in the milk. Also, Dr. Nandita Shah, that's from India. She's written several books. She has a wellness center in India, actually reversing chronic diseases and diabetes. So it's created a great health awareness. The film has also become a tool for activism and activist organizations such as PETA. In our film, we have interviewed the director from PETA, and of course now India PETA is using our film to help activists talk about this awareness and this education. And of course, Dr. Rao going to India several times and talking about the climate crisis, our environmental devastation to many universities, and the youth is catching on. So this is wonderful. And of course, the global impact is Philip Wallen. I'm sure all of you know Philip Wallen, philanthropist, vegan activist, is in our film. So we got a lot of Indians from Australia watching the film. And Keegan Kuhn, of course, in the film. So people who are concerned about the environment, get to watch the film. The film is so nice because it covers all the impacts of animal agriculture. And Jerome Flynn, one of our producers, He's the original actor from the Game of Thrones. He's in the film. So many Indians that live in the UK, which is a large population. And of course, the film won many awards like the Hong Kong Festival, the Women's International Film Festival, and the London Film Festival for the best documentary. So that helps more people to watch it.
Mm. Yeah, that's awesome. And it was a wonderful, I mean, a beautiful film and very, of course, really showing the truth. How was, I mean, what have you witnessed as an activist and a filmmaker when doing this film? I mean, it's a very, very horrific cruelty we see, we witness in the dairy industry.
Yes, but right prior to that, I just wanted to share with you that we launched this film on plant-based news and Unchained TV for free for
Wow.
millions of viewers to watch. And so globally, you're seeing it in yoga studios, you're seeing it at universities and spiritual centers. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. Um, so when you say, yeah, what was your second question?
No, how it was for you as an activist and filmmaker to actually to see what you saw, it's a very,
Yeah.
very cruel and very, very horrific industry. I mean, and the more we know about the dairy industry, the more we understand how brutal it is and how much is hidden from us. And I mean, to witness this, I mean, how was it for you being there as an activist and filmmaker?
Oh my gosh. So yes, while we were filming, I went to a dairy farm and wow, like I saw baby calves being tied on ropes away from their mothers. And then they had these cows and buffaloes. So in India, not only are you drinking cow's milk, but you're drinking buffalo milk. They're on the darker side. They're
Mm,
black. And goat's milk. You don't know which milk you're getting. They were
mm,
in this open area, open barn, and they were tied on chains. They could only stand up and lie down. And it was so hot. As I got closer to them, I noticed they would urinate and they would use their tails to just cool themselves off from the urine on the floor. And they were all helping each other. And there's flies and there's mosquitoes. It was terrible.
mm,
Then I was walking, and of course, I saw the stall, which is the rape rack that we use to artificially inseminate cows. A lot of people in India think this is not happening, but it is.
mm,
And this is such a crude procedure. It's so violent, it's so demeaning, it's so painful. It takes a few men to hold her down. I noticed vials of drugs on the floor. Um, and we have to make her pregnant every year so we can drink her milk that was intended for her baby.
mm,
And there was a lot of abuse. I saw farmers take sticks and hit the cows or the bulls when they didn't move. And I sat there and I thought, wow, I was drinking milk all my life and I was so disconnected. I mean, what's behind this white glory when we go to the grocery store and we buy a gallon of milk? We really don't think all the cruelty that went behind it.
yeah.
And in India, people are given milk in these plastic bags straight to their house. So you don't know if it's cow's milk, buffalo milk, goat's milk, and the pain and the cruelty that went behind it.
Mm,
And when my brother and I were young and we would visit India, the farmer will actually milk the cow in front of you and give you fresh milk. And we thought, wow, this is so cool. I never thought as a kid, where's the baby?
mm,
Or we just thought, okay, cows give milk. And we
yeah.
never really think about it
Mm,
and then when I went there, it's just devastating. Cows are on the street eating plastic. The male cows are no need. They're on the street.
mm,
They get into car accidents. Baby male calves can be eaten by dogs if they're weak.
mm,
And it is very, very sad. And, gosh, India, you know, um, we're considered the land of Ahimsa, but, is it really true? I feel
yeah.
we got to get back to our roots because we call the cow Gaumata, which means our mother. how could this be? How could we do this to our own mother? And as we speak right now, Annie, cows are being illegally slaughtered. The
Mm.
other thing I want to tell your audience is cows have somewhat of a protection in India. You can't just kill a cow. But bulls, the black bulls, they have no protection at all.
How come?
Because, well, the true reason is because their skin is black.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the really bottom line truth. And so the female bulls have no protection. So they're being abused even more, you know? And India is one of the largest dairy producers in this world because India is predominantly vegetarian, but we're having so much dairy with our chash, which is buttermilk we have at night, yogurt with every dish, mithai, which is our Indian sweets, and of course, we use milk on our deities at the temples. Now, billions of temples exist in India. Imagine billions of temples around the world here, even here in Houston. We have so many, and imagine
mm.
people pouring this milk over our deity or having milk products at the temple.
Yeah, exactly. But do you think people are aware of the cruelties that the cows are going through in the dairy industry in India, or do you think it's still very hidden from the sort of general public, or what do you think?
Well, since I've been in this work, Annie, the activist in India, in every city of India, has such activism. They go out everywhere and talking about this. I do think there's awareness getting out,
Yeah.
which is great. And of course, PETA India and other organizations discussing this. There's been another great documentary called Maa Ka Doodh. It means mother's milk, which is getting the awareness out there. But like I said, um, you're getting this pretty package of milk sent to your house. You are not thinking. Also, even the people who do know want to remain ignorant
Mm.
because it's tradition or Lord Krishna had milk. But we're not living in those days. We're not living in the days where we have a cow in our backyard and we love her for 25 years and we love her calf. We're not living in Lord Krishna's time, who never harmed his cows. It's
Mm.
become very commercial. It's a business. And bottom line, Annie, I feel like even if people do know, it's the taste.
Yeah,
And they don't want to give up the taste. But
exactly.
it's not taste, it's torture.
It is
It's
really
torture.
torture. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. And
yeah.
this is a challenge for all of us working against the cruelties for animals, of course, that we are challenging traditions and norms and taste and many aspects, really. Since you went into this field, I mean, what changes, both like positive and negative, have you seen in the dairy industry since you became involved in this?
Yeah, so since I've gone vegan, there have been so many plant-based milk products out there. I mean, right now we have 200 distinct plant-based milk products in the US available.
Mm.
I mean, next time you go to your grocery store, you'll see dairy products and then aisles and aisles and aisles of plant-based products, which is great to see. I've also noticed that plant-based cheeses are getting better and better. Miyako's mozzarella. I don't know if you guys have it there, but a lot of people here. Do you, Annie?
No, we don't have that cheese, but we have other good cheeses, but unfortunately not that one. Mm.
Okay. So a lot of people are using this Miyako's mozzarella to make pizza and baked goods. And they have chow cheese, Vitalife, but the best is Rebel cheese. And if you haven't tried it, you can buy it on Amazon. They won on Shark Tank, and it's one of the best cheeses, all types of cheeses. And of course, now yogurt, plain yogurt and flavored yogurt. Now, as an Indian, it's very staple we have yogurt. So I use the cashew, coconut, unsweetened plain. I use it in my cooking. I even teach Indians how to make our delicious food just by using a plant-based product. It's so easy today. We have Cool Whip, we have ice cream. It's unlimited what we can find. And Annie, even when I went to India, There was a lot of vegan restaurants that I went to.
Mm.
I met vegan entrepreneurs making milk from peanuts and coconut, and met entrepreneurs making vegan clothing because there's a lot of silk in India, and silk is also cruelty from the silkworm. I met entrepreneurs that are making vegan leather. Another thing people don't understand is you're buying all these fancy purses and fancy things. They're Indian cows being exported to the US for leather because we export a lot for leather. So I met, people making vegan leather. It was amazing. I went to a grocery store, all vegan grocery store in India, one in Mumbai, and it also had like a vegan cafe. So it was beautiful to
Mm.
see all these things. I also read, Annie, in a 2026 article that plant-based dairy is accelerating its takeover in the milk market, which is
Oh,
amazing, amazing news.
that's amazing
And
news. Mm.
I also feel that, um, when you go to coffee shops these days, plant-based milk is taking over in the coffee culture. You go to a nice coffee place, you're going to get hazelnut and oat milk and almond milk and coconut milk, which is great to see. I've noticed an increase, like I think there's a 54% increase in Europe with people preferring plant-based milk over dairy milk, which is wonderful. And overall, Annie, I think there's an increased amount of people that have lactose intolerance. And of course, now the awareness about our environmental footpath, and in general, people are concerned for their health, that they're going on to a plant-based lifestyle. The
Mm.
negative side of all this is parents are still worried that their children are not getting enough nutrition in a plant-based milk versus, dairy
Mm.
milk. They're still worried. Maybe their pediatricians tell them this. And still today, dairy products are more affordable.
Yeah.
A lot of people are eating still yogurt because they think they need the probiotics. And of course, the cheese. I mean, they're addicted to their cheese, and that's
Exactly.
because of the casomorphine. And this is why the calf stays close to her mother because of that casomorphine. So this is the negative side, but more positive, and I'm happy
Mm.
about that.
Yeah, and it's important also to look at the positive things because it really encourages us to just keep moving in the right direction.
That's
Uh,
right.
is there any like particularly impactful personal experiences you have witnessed or experienced doing this film and on this vegan journey you have been to? But I'm also think about your when you made the film in India.
Yes, yes. Like I said, when I went to the dairy farm, uh, that was heart-wrenching for me to see. And I realized, like, wow, how could I be doing this all my life? And when you go to India, you'll see uh, cows on the street and see people. A lot of people in India will feed the cows chapati and then food. And at the temples, they actually keep these cows outside the temple. You pay a little money and you can feed the cow, and you feel like you're doing something good. But they're so disconnected and hidden from the truth that these babies are taken away
Mm.
from the mother, or they're kept, far apart. The other horrible thing I saw in India, it's called kal bacha, where when the baby calf is born, they kill it and they stuff it and they put it close to the mother so she'll produce milk when she sees her baby. This was, and I think most people don't, until you visit dairy farms, and it's very hard to go and visit one, especially the industrial ones, and it's very hard to see. I went to some places where there's men just milking cows. What a violation. Um, just like we only want our baby at our chest, that mother cow only wants her baby. When a man is milking a cow, it's a violation. Also, their legs have to be tied up. Why? Because she would go to kick. This is not natural.
Mm.
We tie them up. We take their milk. We steal it from them. This
Mm.
is nothing natural. It's just we've been doing it for so long. that we
Yeah.
don't think about these things. But Lord Krishna, in his time, he loved his cows. He would play the flute. All mothers were with their babies. Everyone was being respected. And there was none of this would happen. Nobody was tied. And the babies could, and that's why in that town where he was, people barely got a little ghee, which is clarified butter, or some milk, because all of it went to the babies.
Mm, exactly. And also, I'm thinking about that. So many people seems not to be aware that milk doesn't come from cows. It comes from mothers. It comes from
That's
grieving mothers. And
that's
both
right.
you and I, we have children ourselves. We know this extremely strong bond you have with the baby. And still we see this extreme oppression of animals in the animal agriculture today that is like beyond imagination, I would say. Um, and how do you think we can like widen our circle of compassion beyond the human mother-child bond to include like mothers of all species? Because we really feel the time is here to start to include all animals in this extremely, yeah, the sacred bond that all mothers
Yes,
have with their offsprings. Mm.
yes. So first, everyone has to know the truth of what's going on in the meat and dairy industry. This
Mm.
is step one. You have to know the truth. And even in India, you have to, yes, you're a vegetarian. Your concept of ahimsa is already there. But learn, where did that milk come from? You know, did the cow get any milk? What happens to the male cows? All these things. We need to find out the truth. The other thing is, we need to put ourselves in the victim's shoes. Now, with today, Annie, with your Mother's Day special, and with all the females and mothers that are listening, we can all empathize what the mother cow is going through.
Mm.
Women are fundamental to life. Mother Earth is the female, the feminine, the divine. And without her, we don't have seed. Females carry life. And without her, there is no life. The dairy industry is at the core of the deepest betrayal of motherhood and the female body. And I'll tell you why. All we're doing is using her for her reproductive cycle. We're using her for this one reason, because she's a female. But Mother Cow is not a milking machine. She's a sentient being. Let all mothers nurture their young without free or slaughter or mistreatment. It's time to take a stand against species and all species. And I love the quote Dr. Will Tuttle uses when he says, how could it be our purpose to rob another living being of his or her purpose?
Mm. So beautiful and so true. Thank you so much, Dolly. It's really very, very true what you're saying.
Yeah.
We are so honored and happy that you will be a presenter at the Convergence. And we are very happy that you will be part of our first International Calf and Mother's Day as well. And we have a little pitch in the end. And if you like to say it, please, because we want to share that with the world as well.
Yes, Annie, I want to give a shout out. I support the Million Vegan Grandmothers launch of International Calf and Cow Mother's Day 2026, an event held in the honor of the sacred bond between mothers and all species. You can participate by making a recipe, your art, or even holding an event. To support and for more details, go to calfandcow.org.
Thank you, Dolly.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
the other things that we can do, Annie, is join activism in your city. The other little things you can do is go to dairy farms and film. Make a little YouTube channel, share your recipes. But our phone is the most important. on your phone, make a 30-second clip. How did you go vegan? Or how to be a happy vegan? Or just go to your local grocery store and show, wow, look at all these milks and cheeses and how much variety of stuff we have. Your phone is so important, and we can really reach people through our phones this way. And of course, let us tell everybody that we need to live by our true nature, which is compassion.
Mm.
And how can we steal a bond and a milk and do this as a female and a mother? You know, it's just so wrong. It's injustice.
Truly, it is injustice. And thank you so much, Dolly, for all your work and effort and speaking out for justice for the cows and calves in the dairy industry. It was a pleasure
Thank you, Annie.
meeting you. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Annie.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Take care. Bye.
Namaste. Dairy's not a himsa.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Thank you, Dolly.
Bye.
Bye.